match against Arkansas. And on the other side, you have Madison Shear, who's having the best year of her career, a preseason All-SEC pick.
Two of the best players in the gym in the SEC. Shear all smiles. She knows the shots she's going for. Even the defenders know, but she's able to still hit fearlessly, take advantage of any type of block.
Auburn has won 6 in a row, including those 2 SEC matches last weekend here inside Neville Arena. Georgia, meanwhile, they've lost their last 2, including their first SEC match against Arkansas. Now, they did have Krista Blakely go down with injury, Keely, in that Arkansas match, which meant they had to put Kaya Tyson, who was their backup setter. She's playing right side tonight. The good news for Georgia is she's at least had some time to work on it in practice. And Lauren Dreves will get us started, and off we go. And it begins with an ace. Lauren Dreves, the freshman from Vancouver, Washington, one of their top players in serve receive, showing she can get it done from the service line.
You'll see that a lot tonight. This corner is zone 5, serve right down the line to zone 1.
And the first swing for the Dogs comes from Erica Lovett. Had a school record 33 kills, we mentioned, against Arkansas in Georgia's last match. Again to Lovett. She tries to go deep. Did she catch the line? No, wide. And Auburn's got the first 2.
I'm not mad at Lovett, though. She watched the scouting report, recognized in video the line shot was open. That was a first good attempt. Court was open, just took it a little left.
Now Clara Brower, one of the foundational pieces for this Georgia program the last several years. That time is set off the mark, and Auburn picks up another point.
Wiley, you can tell what the strategy already is. We know Georgia likes to go low, but you have to go lower against this Auburn block. You do not want those orange arms in front of you.
Continuing to serve down the line to Bailey Cox. Now Lovett winds up, it hits the antenna, and point Auburn. A 4-0 run for the Tigers out of the chute.
You have Lovett going against Auburn's strongest right side blocker with Bella Bell in her 5th year. Trying to avoid that block. I'd be trying to avoid it too, why?
We have yet to see Sophie Fisher take a swing as that serve is long, and that'll give Georgia the side out. We saw Auburn serving tough. This is really Georgia, one of their fundamental strengths as a program is the way they serve. It's aggressive, and Sophie Fisher, one of the best they have, 6'5" in her 3rd year at Georgia after beginning her career at Kentucky. Dunn goes to Bell on the right side. Love it again, and she gets the kill right up against the tape. Georgia looking for their first SEC win. Keely, what are your keys tonight for the Dogs?
For Georgia, you have to serve aggressively with precision. You keep Auburn out of system, means the setter's running, and then working the blocker's hands. You saw the first couple of attempts by Lovett trying to go around the block, but you got to go at it. In the kill that she got, she tried to go high through that seam, was able to make a play. Can't avoid the block, work those hands.
So after the service error from Sophie Fisher, here's Chelsea McCurdy. And her serve is long. On the flip side, Keely, Auburn's keys to the match.
For Auburn, you know you have to pass decently. Coach Crouch even said it. We just have to pass average. Inside the 10-foot line keeps our offense going because it's a 6-2, which means 2 setters, 6 attackers, antenna to antenna, you can run it. And then if you get the middle offense going, Wiley, I'm not going to call it early, but it's game over. So if you go in the middle with this offense and then spread it, we know Auburn's pin attack, which are the players that play at the antenna, they're amazing. They're intense. They can run it. You get all 6 hitters involved. I'm not sure there's too many teams in the nation that could beat Auburn.
See those early serve error numbers. I don't know what it was last Friday night, Keely, but both Kentucky and Auburn, I mean, combined for over 20 service errors. This one clips the tape. Oh, and off the dome, Erica Lovett hits the cranium of DaCosta.
When you have a player like Lovett, you know you took advantage, ripped it.
Coach Tom Black for Georgia calls Lovett a ball hawk. And she's got an ace. She had a pretty good time her last time out, Keely. Not only was it 33 kills, a school record for Georgia in the rally era, it was also her birthday that night.
Yeah, turned 22 and got 33 kills. Can't write that up any better, why?
Well, you know what that means.
What does that mean?
That means Clara Bauer, Georgia setter, it's her birthday tonight. She's turning 22, so big night coming for Brouwer, who serves to the back row to love it. And Auburn can't get it back. And Georgia's clawed all the way back. They've evened it up.
Talking with Coach Tom Black, he said, my team's resilient and they stay together regardless of the injuries. Players stepping up in a selfless way, filling in different spots, and you're really seeing that fight come out in this set.
Overpass. And a free ball, that time cashed in by CC Gooch. Point Georgia. You mentioned the resiliency, Keely. We saw that in that match against Arkansas. They get down 2-0 on the road and forced a fifth set, including winning the third set 33-31.
Coach Tom Black, an SEC Coach of the Year 2 seasons ago. He knows how to build a program and get his team on board. The most important piece is culture.
Coach Black, longtime acquaintance of Auburn head coach Brent Crouch. They knew each other well before joining the SEC. And a swing that time from Belle Zimmerman on the right side. Estelle Haugen, did she catch fingertips? Yes, she did. Point Georgia.
That's a little 1-2 with that block, reaching over, trying to get that, and then catch a little net violation as you fell through that block.
And now Anna Julia Bleeker serving. And a big swing there from Belle Zimmerman. She beats the block that time.
This is the confidence that Auburn has. Low to Zimmerman, who enjoys that seam to rip through.
And now Paige Thibault, who's wearing that second libero jersey, serving for Auburn. Sophie Fisher. What a pump set! Oh man, Kaylee Edson. I don't know how she put such a good ball up.
Laying out, showing some want-to. Edson's one of the finishing it off.
Two of the star freshmen for Auburn, they're teaming up. And getting vertical that time, CC Gooch. Gooch, she started now 11 straight matches, did not start the opening match, but she's turned into a vital piece for Georgia, given how much they've lost on the pins.
And the confidence that her setter at the 10-foot line reversed it back, still on the slide. That middle setter connection is there.
Edson this time goes to Dreves, who goes soft. Back row, love it, look out. Freshman Duffield couldn't get that one to fall. Reversing. What a dig in the back by Lanham. Great rally here. Fisher, no hands, point Auburn.
The dig that saved the day, that line shot, I thought the ball was going to be a scramble, but you saw Edson make the rally and keep it alive. Fisher taking that one long, it was a little flatter than she expected, but that was a game-saving dig right there by Edson.
So Edson's to the bench. Here comes Peyton Dunn. Auburn running a 6-2 this year. First time Coach Crouch has run that two-setter system in 10 years, going back to his days at Portland. Back row again. Love it. Count it. No, long.
But I love it, Wiley. I love that attack. So it's a shifted attack, not from middle back, but where she is in that left back rotation. It gave her an open net look. Love the idea. She just caught that a little long.
Fisher again trying to go line. And the finish from Bella Bell. What a pass that time from Alexis DaCosta, getting it right on the 10-foot line. We've got a timeout on the floor.
You will ever meet. So kind-hearted, but just locked in. I love her face when she plays. She's not messing around, guys. She's coming for this win. Her rotations in the front row for Auburn are always strong.
Second year here in Auburn. She was on that national championship team with Kentucky back in the spring of 2021.
How good must have that felt to beat Kentucky here?
I bet it felt pretty good. Duffield, the freshman on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Emma Duffield, the freshman from Atlanta, played all 5 sets in that match against Arkansas about 10 days ago. Prior to that, she had played just 7 sets across 10 matches, but she's an example of a player who's been forced into action tonight with all the injuries for Georgia. Only 9 active players available for Coach Black. Dreves blocked. And a collision between Dunn and DaCosta, and Georgia's got the point.
That's a good way to create unity, because nobody can complain about playing time, because everybody with 9 healthy players are basically on the court playing. So no dynamics. Everybody wants to be locked in and go for the win.
Yeah, Coach Black says that there's one player who's underappreciated in this Georgia program, at least externally, Clara Brower, and she just wore one off the shoulder.
Dreves so good. Dreves so good at looking like she's going cross court, and then last second turning that line. The block jumped in a little bit to the cross court angle shot, giving the line shot look down the line at Brower.
On the season, Dreves hitting just about 167, but Coach Crouch says that's really misleading. It's more a reflection of some of the poor balls she's received. Kaya Tyson, welcome to the right side, Keeley, huh?
Tyson, the backup setter, but she's a beach volleyball player.
From Ontario. Like you mentioned, the backup setter getting moved into the right side. Cross court. Shear again, and that time she finds the campfire. That's her first kill tonight.
She's so great about making something out of nothing. She was a kill leader for Auburn last season. She got all the junk. The ball control's improved for Auburn, so the sets are much more consistent. But setters were running a lot more last year. She can take care of junk, good sets, bad sets. Shear's ready to find the court.
Preserving the floor on the Georgia side, trying to dry it off a little bit before Chelsea McCurdy serves. So far, Keeley, as we approach the midway point of this first set, Georgia has more kills than Auburn, but 5 attack errors along with 3 serve errors. They've given Auburn a few points. And Fisher and Haugen couldn't quite communicate. Haugen, what a recovery! Fisher at 6'5", her hand's a little taller than Haugen's. Haugen says, no big, I'll get the third touch.
Right. Going off the hands. She saw one right in front of her. Haugen decided, I'm not going to take a hit. I see Bella Bell's hand in front of me. Tip shot for the tool off the block and out of bounds.
And now Duffield serving. In the middle, blocked by Gooch. Blocked again. Back row Dreves, and there's the point for Auburn.
Dreves for the Auburn side looks like she's got the most energy on the court right now. That's her 3rd kill on 8 attacks. She's the only one really getting the offense going. If you're setter Edson in this moment with the transition in from the 2-setter offense, you got to find Dreves.
Kaylee Edson. Did she get the overpass? No, right up against the net, and Brower with a perfect set to Gooch.
I love watching Brower. Gets up, makes that one-handed set, and you know what? Gooch says, I see this every day in practice. I know what my setter can do. Gooch gets up for it to take that strong shot.
You've got a penchant for plucky setters, don't you?
Hey, when you see a good one, like we have 3 in the gym right now, and I'm sure there's bench players that we've yet to see, but just a solid core of good setters that are able to be so athletic. One-hand saves, reversing the flow, passes push forward, you can send it back. Just strength, ball control, and power in this gym.
All trying to be like the next Keely Evelyn.
I mean, my right knee would love to go back, but it says, you're done. And the gray hairs, kids don't know who I am nowadays. Why?
There's no gray hair over there. Haugen tight. Back row again. no hands.
After that timeout, Coach Crouch woke up his team a little bit like, guys, communicate. Let's get this going. The block attention to detail has improved since that point.
What do you make of Georgia's attack so far? They're taking some aggressive lines.
I like the speed of it, but it's when you see Brower at the net, that's where you're seeing Georgia. I want to play that ball.
Look out, Keeley.
Almost there. Had a good look, but I'm not rocking a black jersey right now, so it wouldn't have mattered. But getting your ball control back is everything. Getting that pass back, and then Fisher's been quiet because you can see the strategy going low and fast out to the pin attack, and when it's tight enough, let's get the middle.
Here's Sunday's SAC volleyball doubleheader. Number 13 Kentucky hosts.
You drop one rank. That is a compliment to the Auburn volleyball program completely, because if you're a lower ranked team, you're going to drop like 5-6 rankings. But Coach Crouch in his 4th season taking down.
As a head coach at the college level, you know, first when you said what's impressive about that, Keely, I thought you were going to talk about Avi's dance moves.
I mean, I'm impressed with that. You got to be a dancer if you're rocking that all volleyball, football. There's a lot of activity going on here.
It's a busy time of year. He's loose. But in all seriousness, I mean, the Auburn community has responded as well to Coach Crouch. They set a school attendance record in their last home match against Alabama. Over 3,000 came into Neville Arena to see the Iron Bowl on the volleyball floor. They are feeding Erica Lovett in the back row, and she comes through that time.
You love it in that back row attack also with Sophie Fisher. 2 back row players you always have to be thinking about. Lovett is 5'11", but jumps well over 10 feet.
She's got a short memory, too, clearly. She's taken some swings here early. 11 swings so far for Lovett, most of any player in this match. She's hitting below in the negative, but they need her. Oh, Cox. And there's the Auburn block.
Fantastic dig by Bailey Cox. She had a beautiful.
Averaging nearly 3 blocks per set. That's top 10 nationally. Belle Zimmerman, a big part of that. Junior from Liberty, Missouri. Part of that Bell and Bell right side hitter tandem for Auburn. Tigers on the cusp of 20 here in the first set. And that one's into the tape.
When you mentioned top 10 in blocking with Auburn, that's the area that Coach Crouch loves to coach. When you ask, what do you like the most? What technique? He said blocking, hands down.
They've had 10 or more blocks in more than half their matches this year. Bailey Cox serving. Less than perfect pass. But an overpass. And Auburn capitalizes on it, and they're at 20. Georgia out of timeouts here in the first set.
Anything close to the net, this Auburn block is all over it. If you're Georgia, you have Fisher in your front row. She's going to be the attacker you're thinking about, and then always love it to go as well.
You've got Chelsea McCurdy there, 14 in orange for Auburn at the middle spot right now. She's top 10 in the SEC in blocks. She didn't even lead the team, though. Auburn's without their top middle and Emma Moore. She's been out with injury the last couple of weeks. It's Dreves, and she works it through the roof attempt from Clara Brower. Point Auburn.
You're seeing this strategy work for Auburn. Advantage of.
Dunn serving. Fisher on the sharp angle. Did Dreves get it inside the antenna? She did.
That was a thank you very much. Touch contact, keep this rolling.
And Sophie Fisher wants to dry off her area of the floor. Of course, it's hard really to define what her area of the floor is, Keely. She can score from just about anywhere.
She really can. They're probably going to keep her back, but love it out of the back row could be another option. To get Bella Bell on the outside, that's going to be hard for Duffield to get through.
Love it in the back. Haugen, great dig. Fisher reaching over. Well done by Fallon Lanham.
Good read.
And finally, Sophie Fisher ends it with the block.
Resilience. You have Fisher owning the net on the block.
Bailey Cox. Look at that intensity she had in her face. DaCosta goes to Dreves. Love it. Just caught the tape. Point Bulldogs, and Erica Lovett, again, continuing to swing, and that's really part of it for Georgia, right?
Coach Crouch asking his blockers, you touched the net, net violation. Lovett's in your front row. These are the strongest rotations. Brower in their back row is the setter that puts 3 hitters, stronger block against his Auburn offense.
On the slide. Point Bella Bell beating Lovett that time. And now Auburn at 23, just need a couple more.
I just love different competitors. Bella Bell's not a talker, she's a worker, and her work is respected with her teammates, always locked in. And then you get her talking, she's like the friendliest, nicest person. This is where with everybody has their own personality, you have to learn how to compete together, and you're seeing that through both teams really trying to feed off each other.
Now Sophie Fisher trying to stage a late rally here for Georgia. Bella another swing, and it'll be set point.
Sweet dig though down the line by Fisher. She can do everything. We'll see her maybe in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Who knows, or at all of these professional leagues out there, but that is a sweet change-up. Bell hit the line shot, changed it up, took it cross court, found the second attack kill.
And Chelsea McGurty. Love it, tries to go down the middle. Fisher in the back row. It is long, and the set belongs to Auburn.
Slowly but surely, Auburn got the offense going. Kills and a great hitting percentage putting up.
You talk to Coach Crouch, and I think the skill he will tell you more than anything that impresses him is her ability to pass, to serve, receive.
He said since he's been here, she's the best 6 rotation player that he's had through the Auburn system. So you see Dreves staying in all of the 6 rotations to pass the ball. She's improved ball control, helped Auburn improve overall, and then they attack in the back row when needed. And you see both setters using her front row or back row because Dreves has that ability to take care of any set, leaving a lot of room for error as a setter pops the ball.
All right, it's officially a Friday night in Neville Arena. We got Cotton Eye Joe going. It's on. Aubrey looks a little tired, a little fatigued out there. He wasn't even going.
He was a little worried at the beginning of that first set how Auburn was going to respond because Georgia came out hot.
Clara Brower celebrating her 22nd birthday tonight. Love it, bumps it over.
Smart.
Shear's been quiet so far, only 1 kill. And that one worked through the block, point Georgia.
You love the confidence that UC Brower has with Fisher. So Brower's about 8 feet off the net and gives Fisher, it's like a 2 ball, but it basically 1.5, just a second tempo ball for the kill out of system.
Dunn has to stab at it. And Lovett into the tape. Point belongs to Auburn.
Watching Auburn matches here, it looks like these players just need a little break or something. They look like tired, honestly. Like the energy on the court's a little low than what we're used to seeing. Georgia's fighting and hanging on. If they can get some ball control going, give Fisher the ball a little faster, even to the antenna with the other attackers, good things could happen for Georgia.
Oh, what a roof! Bella Bell.
There's a smiler right there. Havlicek Hep.
More than 3/4 of Georgia's swings tonight have come from 2 players, Lovett and Fisher. Man, that's really is where their offense is going to have to come from.
Way to use your Georgia Tech education to pull out numbers like that, Wiley. You're right. It's loaded.
Got to keep that off the air, Keeley. Ooh, and Shear can't quite dial it in.
You see how quick the unity was on the side of Georgia? Just one stop, everybody ran to the middle of the court. That really shows team culture. You got to love that if you're Coach Black.
And we mentioned it off the top of the broadcast, but he's just tremendously proud of the way they have just battled through so many injuries. Only 9 active players tonight, and only about 3 of them are playing in their traditional position. Everyone else is out of position. And Bella Bell staples one in the back.
Bell approached early to that set. The set was a little bit off and behind her. She hesitated off the ground to make the connection there. Bella Bell is just one you want all young players to watch. That is perfection.
So as she heads to the bench, Belle Zimmerman checks in. And now it's Kaylee Edson serving, and that one, a little too much on it.
You can't sleep on this Georgia team. Too many missed serves, those little freebies. This squad is going to come right back. You have Fisher. You just need a little middle offense going. I really think with Gooch, you can, while she's got 2 more rotations in the front row, you can really get her offense into play.
True freshman Emma Duffield into the tape.
That one kind of hurts. Why? You know, I never like to talk about missed serves because it's a part of the game. If you're going too soft or hesitant, you're going to give the other team basically a free ball. So you got to go for it. But this time in the match, you just got to get your rhythm back.
So Fallon Lanham now, senior from Louisville.
There you go.
Big swing. Lanham keeps it alive. And Haugen works through the block. Little change up there.
Haugen recognized it was a moving block. When a block moves and not able to get a setup, all you have to do is hit off the moving blocker's arm, and it's like geometry. That redirect off the arm with motion is going to go right down in front of the blocker.
You were flattering me on my college degree.
Yeah, it's in there, all the math.
And Zimmerman, that time, no geometry needed, just pure force.
Oh, off the hands. Nice job, Zimmerman. It's all about the angles off the hands. Again, let me go ahead, work the hands right back.
Paige Thibault serving. Fisher cannot be stopped.
Number 2, that's where Auburn's blocks just have to communicate across. Where is number 2, Fisher? That's what we're talking about. She can hit it 5 different spots on the court. We've seen her throughout the season also hit on the outside. Her first 2 years spent at Kentucky as an outside, comes to Georgia as a middle. Fisher can do every position.
Yeah, Coach Black told us, you know things that middle blockers normally do? Well, she does a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Now that one rides across the net and drops on the Auburn side.
Exactly that. Brower, running your offense.
Zimmerman, deep corner.
Zimmerman says about this season, you know, it's just fun. It's not like going to work. It's just all out. It's nice to see her getting some playing time when last year we saw her as a serving specialist. Zimmerman wants the ball, asks for it, and is just thankful when she can come up with a kill.
And that's one of the benefits of using a 6-2 system, Keely, is you get Belle Zimmerman into the match. And tonight so far, more than half of Auburn's kills have come from Bella Bell and Belle Zimmerman. Great vision, Cece Gooch.
We talked about Fisher, and then you have Lovett. Gooch now putting up some points for her team. For Georgia, you just have to find some offense in this group. Can't sleep on the back row. And then you have Fisher also in this front row, 2 more rotations.
Billy Cox serving. And Dreves is stuffed.
Smiles right there. Dreves was leaning, and she was trying to go for the
timeout called by Auburn. Georgia trying to punch back and even this match. Some call her the top middle blocker in the country. Keely, do you disagree?
You know, middle blocker, and then you can be like, well, shoot, she's technically could play right side as well. I look at her, and I'm saying, Sophie Fisher, you're probably going to make a lot of money as a professional right side player. Her ability to have the ball control, that hit out of system, hit fast. Sophie Fisher is one to enjoy and watch. If you're watching this match, you probably have seen her play before, but if this is your first time, just sit back and enjoy the show.
3rd year at Georgia. When she arrived in Athens, she switched from middle or outside hitter to middle blocker. Called it being hit by a train, but she has come along nicely. And Fisher and Brower again teaming up, and Georgia out of the timeout keeps it going.
That's it, the most fun way to back. Nice help by your 5'9" setter.
And Cox is long.
You're looking at this Auburn side, Wiley, and it's just energy. You have Shear coming in. She brings some energy to the court. You don't see much talk as you see a very confident squad with Auburn, but if they can improve their communication and just start talking a little more, they could get rolling.
And when you say improve communication, you're talking about communication for the sake of energy?
Energy. So even off that ball, like laying out and go, you saw a cover ball, a ball in the air. There was no motion toward the cover ball early on. Lanham had it, but she just was back on her heels. Players just extra effort moving forward. The energy is definitely on the side of Georgia right now.
And this has been a theme for Auburn these last couple of weeks now. Lulls in the second set. They did not play well against Kentucky in the second set last Friday. Similar story against Alabama on Sunday. And Fisher, she caught some hands.
You get enough rallies back, you're gonna find transition getting a kill with Fisher. That ball, it doesn't matter if the pass is like on the net or slightly off. Fisher's able to hit that out of system ball just beautifully.
She nearly had a triple-double last time out against Arkansas. 21 kills, 10 digs, 9 blocks.
9 blocks, that's impressive right there. Usually it's easier for Fisher to get those kills, but add in the blocks, that's nice.
Chelsea McCurdy, meanwhile. Georgia a little out of system here.
McCurdy.
It's going to be Tyson, and she's into the net.
Right away, setter Brower knew that was underset, looked at Tyson and said, hey, that was my bad. That ball not even really clearing the net by the time Tyson arrived to the ball.
And that's going to be a little bit of a catch there and a carry from Maddie Shear.
It's hard to do when you can touch it and you have that extension. Shear is one of those things behind you. Ideally, you take the ball back behind you to play it up to your teammate. But if you're just right at the net, sometimes as an attacker, you just try to find a way to get a kill.
Only 1 kill so far from Maddie Shear here tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Bella Bell picked up the slack, though. She's now got 5.
That's what we're talking about, the decent to right side bell for that line shot kill.
You think some of Shear's absence is based upon what Georgia's trying to take away?
You know, that could be said, but I can see you knowing and calling so many Auburn matches, the pep in their step is not there today, and that's hard to do. Coming off 2 big important wins, Alabama, Kentucky ranked 12th. Like, there is a letdown, emotional letdown when you carry so much in those matches.
That Kentucky one was a reverse sweep, by the way, so that just adds to it. Well, there's Madison Shear's second kill. And she's the kill leader, averaging more than 3.5% this season.
And then, Wiley, let's add, these are student athletes. I remember studying before matches as you're trying to get your grades good and study what you're actually trying to hit a career with. So it's a lot going on for these players.
Fisher. And that is ruled to be wide. Coach Black, listening to his team, says, let's take a look at that. And we'll have our first replay review of the match.
The original call is point Auburn. They are challenging that the ball was in.
Wiley, from our angle, live it did look out, but right away, Sophie Fisher looked at Coach Black, pointed in and said,
Georgia will retain their challenge.
So Coach Black, 1 for 1. Another kill for Sophie Fisher. She's now got 5.
You have Sophie Fisher in the back row. Love it in your front row. These are good offensive patterns. If you just need that transition out of it, because Setter Brower is the matchup, as Dreves been getting a lot of kills down the line with the shorter setter blocker, Brower.
So Erica Lovett will serve. Her first year at Georgia, her 3rd school. Began a career at Long Beach State. Last 2 years up in Knoxville at Tennessee. Edson goes to Dreves. Freshman to freshman connection.
That was the matchup right there without hesitation. Setter Edson goes right low outside to Dreves, looking at the shot with the matchup over Brower.
Thibault serving. Haugen wound up. What a dig there from Edson. Haugen trying to match her, and she does, is Sophie Fisher starting to get hot.
You saw the double libero usage. Thibault came in.
She's cleaning the floor as well. She can really do it all, Keely.
Class act. Sophie Fisher, I've enjoyed watching her ever since she's been getting to Georgia, getting some action.
You think she's ever driven the bus home?
I mean,
it's not the only thing she hadn't done.
At home, you know those nice teammates?
Did you give teammates a ride home?
Oh, once I had a car. Yeah, otherwise, that's how I know the nice or mean teammates that have a car, but if you have space, not... I was about to speak Spanish, all that Spanish.
Do it, let it fly.
Carrying your team, carrying is not even that word. That's the Spanish word. But taking your teammates from the gym to like the dining hall, like the nice teammates would be like, hey, I got extra spaces. Who can put money on it? That she is that teammate.
So we'll keep Keely involved in Duolingo. In the meantime, Sophie Fisher. If that's not a trio that represents the resurgence of Georgia volleyball the last 2 years, I don't know what is. You throw Bailey Cox in there, of course, as well.
It's almost a bummer that we have injuries with Georgia right now, because this matchup and I'm loving how hard we're seeing Georgia fight, staying together, really coming back in the second set. But imagine fresh legs from Auburn with a loaded...
Krista Blakely could also make a return sooner rather than later, but so much of this is still up in the air. And Keely, you know as well as anyone, the season doesn't stop just for injuries.
Right.
You got to keep going. And violation going against Belle Zimmerman. She got a little too far over that line, I'm afraid.
Zimmerman looking around to her teammates like, guys, I was out of the net. Yeah, you're right, Wiley. They called that coming under with Zimmerman.
So Auburn now trailing by 6, a 3-0 run for Georgia. Little topspin from Lovett on that attack.
Nice job.
Erica Lovett picking her spot. 7-point edge for Georgia. Take a look at this violation. Bulldogs can smell this second set, trying to get to that 20-point mark. Haley Cox again. Belle Zimmerman says not yet.
She's like, I'm not going over on this swing. The ball's slightly off, a little better. Nice rip on that. And by the way, Wiley, in the previous rally, we saw Sophie Fisher hit outside. These are talking about the 5 different spots on the court. Coach Black talks about Fisher can hit. Right now, placed outside. We'll see if she takes a swing on the outside or comes something in the middle.
Peyton Dunn, redshirt junior, transferring in from Oklahoma. Second year at Auburn. And that just caught a couple fingertips. So Georgia now a 7-point lead. Got a chance to even this match.
Energy on the favor of Georgia. Sophie Fisher talking up a storm at the net, getting everybody involved.
Haley Cox, she's led the Bulldogs in digs the last 4 seasons. Serving, Bella Bell sliding and connecting on the line.
No argument from blocker Duffield. She was on Bella Bella's line shot. Bella Bell hit that ball, caught the fingers of Duffield for the tool out of bounds.
Now Lauren Dreves. Haugen bumps to Duffield, who's blocked. Again.
Smart.
Oh, what a shot with a roll there from Erica Lovett. That is savvy.
I love Coach Black talking about Lovett and how she said after summer camps, do you really got to know how funny Lovett is, always cracking jokes, enjoying the game, and is a straight baller on the court. That's what he called her, a baller.
Yeah, goofy off the court. On the court, you want her in that foxhole. Sheer just a touch long. And Georgia knocking on the door here of evening this match. They've got a healthy distance.
Good news for Georgia. You're back to your 3-attacker offense in the front row. These are the stronger rotations for Georgia.
And Bell is denied. Again? No. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, not gonna happen.
So smart because libero Cox was middle back. She recognized how
the middle to Tyson. And Bell that time is rejected.
one way you can see energy on a volleyball court, Wiley, is in the cover game. So when your attacker, your teammate goes up to hit, if your teammates are swarming around, because if you're tired, you're sitting back on your heels, you're not making that extra effort. But if you have energy, you're diving out for those balls.
Legs a little heavy, maybe. That service long.
Every Georgia fan are really hoping that those legs are heavy right now.
We saw Coach Crouch make a move on Sunday against Alabama. He felt like they were lacking some energy. He went to Zoe Slaughter and Lakin Laurendine. That serve is long. It'll be set point now for Georgia. Curious to see if we might see a move made by Coach Crouch in the third set. If he feels like they need a little bit of a spark. But right now for Georgia, they got Emma Duffield at the line serving for the set. Not yet. Maddie Shear gets her third kill.
That's some energy out of that swing. Maddie Shear giving a fist pump to her teammates, a little encouragement. But Georgia in this set looking strong, staying together, a lot of talking on their side. You got to be happy seeing this if you're Coach Black.
Soft touch, Lauren Dreves, as she just nicked it off the Georgia block, and Auburn still in this second set.
Don't sleep on Fisher. We're seeing that back row. Kill.
Erica Lovett, wide hands, no. Point Auburn.
Oh, the open look was there. Lovett had the shot. I thought a kill was coming. Lovett with that much net to look at, you normally it's a kill.
Instead, we play on. Haugen. And the Bulldogs bark back. Taking the second set. Red and black, hardly at full strength. One of the
Hitting 154. It's been a 1-2 punch between those two players in that second set to lead Georgia to that win.
CC Gooch, we talked so much about Sophie Fisher, but Gooch, sophomore from Dallas, Texas, she's playing some really strong volleyball these last several matches. Had 5 kills, a trio blocks against Arkansas, but here tonight with 6 kills on just 7 swings. I mean, she has been terminal.
Georgia needed just one more player. If they could add one more to this, add on each set, a different player would be important to put an unpredictable offense out there. But that's nice offense added by Gooch and improved by Fisher in that second set.
She's got some rhythm too.
He dance it up.
Shipping up to Boston. The drop kick Murphys. Of course we're in Auburn, Alabama. Shear is blocked. And that time Bell goes high. And Bella Bell now with her 8th kill.
6'2", 6'3", Bella Bell going over 5'11", love it. The right idea, good extension just to get a high snap. Nice dig.
And Shear into the tape. Point Georgia, and it's been a troubling trend to say regardless of the outcome tonight. He's going to be talking about that second set again and going into Sunday's match.
You know, I was about to say, Shear getting that kill, great, but you have Lakin Laurendine still on your bench for Auburn. She knows how to come through for her team as well, so if you have tired legs out there, that we might see Laurendine a little later.
McCurdy serving. And acing.
It was pretty neat to see McCurdy on the service line to come back in that Kentucky match and finish out the match on her serve. In this rotation, DaCosta, the libero, is out, taking her rep off the court. Nice job, McCurdy, with that line kill. Ace.
Since the start of last season, she has 33 aces. That's not an outrageous total, but considering that she had just 9 her first 3 years in college, that's an area where she's drastically improved since she's arrived in Auburn.
And you see the line strategy. So serving from that corner all the way straight down the line. It's a blind set for the setter. Hard ball to perfect on the turn and square on that run. You see it?
And Fisher has to float it over. And Bella Bell again. But going back to that down the line serve, we'll talk about it when we come back, as Georgia is going to pull the trigger on an early timeout in this third set, sensing Auburn finding their rhythm. Oh no.
That's the hardest ball to set from if you're a setter.
And as a setter, when you lose that peripheral vision, what do you do then?
You have to just, it's a trust set. So you lock in your belly, which is a lot, yeah, you train a lot of little kids. You lock in your stomach out to the outside, and because you lost so much forward vision, you just trust your training. And you have to pop that ball if you're pushing any distance with some like hope, and just you trust your training.
It's a leap of faith.
It really is. You pop it, you trust it.
So we got belly locking and faith. All right. Auburn off to a great start in this third set. And Lovett gets the tools. It's off the block and into the antenna.
Lovett seen a tall block in front of her whole career. Taking this one off the hands, decided I'm going to work the hands of the block. That's one of the keys to the game. Through the blockers, not trying to go around.
Coming off a Tennessee team last year that lost in the regional semifinals, the round of 16. Grace Havlicek, big swing, no dice. Joust at the net.
Good block.
It's a little one-on-one battle here with Madison Shear and the Georgia block. Brower's got options. She goes to the middle.
Good dig.
Gooch with the free ball and the flush.
Oh, so much better energy we're seeing in this third set. Both teams are in on their cover balls, running around on defense, getting the scrambles going. Gooch on that overpass with authority, putting it down.
And it just rolls over the tape. Dunn able to get out of the way. Lovett goes overhand, and right over her head, she hooks it onto the line.
Lovett, I'm applauding from you from the sideline. That was fantastic. Dunn made the save and stayed inside on defense. That left the line tip open. Great job, Lovett, recognizing that, tipping it short down the line.
It hasn't been a night filled with efficiency for Erica Lovett, but she's still been effective. There she is again. And she got some fingertips.
All smiles right there. That's 3 for 3 in those last attempts. Lovett going high through that hand, catching the hop, skip, and a bounce from those fingers of the block.
Duffield serving tough here. Havlicek with the stuff. And Maddie Shear, just enough.
Shear finally getting that kill around, but you see the talk and communication on this Georgia side. Way.
Kaylee Edson. Haugen tried to drop the hammer, but nothing. And Belle Zimmerman, another kill. Zimmerman and Bell now combined for 15 kills, Keely.
You know, in baseball, when they mix up the pitchers right at the end, a different look, that's what you're seeing. Belle Zimmerman, Bella Bell, able to put different shots, but on the same side of the court.
And that time, Estelle Haugen works just to the right of the block.
Haugen recognizing the block was all the way out on her line shot. Great identification, and then hit the outside hand of Havlicek.
And now Erica Lovett getting some direction from the sideline on this serve. Madison Shear. Seems like a distant memory, and she had just one kill in this match. She's now got 6.
You make note of that if you're Auburn. So that's Bella Bell, Belle Zimmerman, now Maddie Shear. On the right side, that's the right side of the court. That's where you're finding offense. If you're Auburn, you got to keep finding that side of the court on the set.
Heavy serve from Lanham. They go to Zimmerman again. That time, Lovett with the dig. And Haugen, almost a drop kick off the net.
Giving a huge hug to Lovett with that dig. Just getting it up. Haugen had, again, a cross-court shot. You see the Auburn's block all the way out on her line shot, really giving her the cross-court. And Haugen says, okay, I'll take it.
Anna Julia Bleeker serving now. Free ball. Hands, no hands.
Zimmerman trying to avoid the blocker's hands with Fisher as she saw that 6'5" block getting over for the setup, taking that a little long. Well, I think Brower's doing an excellent job touching the balls at the net to slow down the first attack by Dreves. Outside Auburn keeps going there for the block matchup, but the touch.
Did it again.
Doing it.
Fisher with a roll. And that time it's just a straight block from the Auburn side. Lauren Dreves taking out some frustration maybe.
If you're
Paige Thibault. Fisher's got to bump it over. McCurdy, a little tap. Point, Auburn. Dreves, a narrow window.
Dreves was already turning her body, just swinging out of bounds and hoping the block would put their arms there for the touch. She got the touch off the blocker, Brower.
Low ball, tight set. Seen a few more of these roll shots here recently. Not that time. And that time, net violation.
With
They go against Georgia.
Ownership tapping her chest as Fisher said, guys, I wanted that one a little too much. I knew Zimmerman was going to get the attack. That's my bad.
Auburn took the first set. Georgia took the second, both by a score of 25-19. Edson, middle. And a tool from the middle.
Between McCurdy and Havlicek, you can get some middle offense going. Auburn is feeling a little more confident, finally going to it.
4-0 run for the Bulldogs. One more look. Here's our Week 6 SEC Network.
All smiles right there in the locked-in face you're always getting from Bella Bell.
And when Auburn gets either 10 kills from Bella Bell or Belle Zimmerman this year, they are 10-0. Bella Bell with 9, Zimmerman with 7. So that's been a telling mark for Auburn so far, a weather vane, if you will, for Auburn this season. Of course, to be fair, Keely, they've only lost one match all year, so they're 10-0 doing a lot of things. They're actually they're undefeated playing any team outside of the state of Minnesota.
And I'm going to say something, Wiley, that all the players will love me for, and Coach Crouch going to shake his head like, Coach, they need a day off. They do. You can see the legs, they're not fresh. They just need a little mental break. Go ahead, study, get caught up in school, and get back on track. We've seen a much stronger start from this Auburn team before.
Fisher. Yes.
It all started with a good pass. You stick a pass, good things can happen. That kill.
Bailey Cox.
You see, Wiley? That's what I'm talking about, Wiley. The cover ball. So what happens? The cover ball is when an attacker hits off the blocker's hands, your vision needs to go up at the block. That's what you're looking at as a coverer, like for your teammate. Nobody made an extra effort on that ball. Usually we've seen a big-time scramble from the Tigers.
Instead, Georgia cuts it to 2. From Duffield, a big swing.
Smooth.
Edson goes to Zimmerman. And that kisses the back line. Point Auburn.
Zimmerman so athletic. That ball was right on the net. Zimmerman turned her body. That was a good shot.
Closing in on 500 career kills for Belle Zimmerman.
Smooth. Oh, come on.
Erica Lovett shot out of a cannon.
The confidence that you have, Setter Brower, knowing where either Fisher is in the back row and this time Lovett. That's a back row left back swing, not up the gut in the pipe. Gives a little different blocker setup to look at. Great kill, Lovett.
And Brower. And a roar from Kaya Tyson.
All smiles right there. Tyson stepping in.
Right side stuff, it's kind of fun.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yes, that's what Kaya Tyson's saying right now. Having to step in for Krista Blakely. She gets a swing off. Tremendous effort from Haugen. And love it. A little soft and a point to clear a Brower.
Wiley called it. Haugen with that layout dig. That saved the rally just enough to give another opportunity. Love it with the final kill, but that defense by Haugen, impressive.
Dunn trying to go back to the middle. She keeps it alive. Few are going to beat Sophie Fisher in the middle. And Georgia has taken the lead on a 4-0 run, and now Auburn has to call timeout.
Wiley, you have Fisher in the front row, and then with Lovett, your two kill leaders currently in this match. You add Gooch with a little offense. If you can get one more player going and pass as well as you pass and improve throughout this match, Georgia is right in this possibly to win it.
Erica Lovett transfer from 10.
Her attack or with her arms on the contact of a pass, but has tons of energy, as we saw with that little tongue action. She brings a lot of unity and then trust with her teammates, knowing that the ball will be taken care of in the hands or the arms of Lovett.
She's got a double-double tonight now, among other things. And you've also got Casey Evans, who has really been, or had been, the face of this Georgia volleyball program the last 5 years. So that's some pretty good company there for Erica Lovett.
Pretty solid, and you have Casey Evans currently playing with the Pro Volleyball Federation in Atlanta Vibe. It's been fun calling her matches when she comes in with that jump top spin serve. All the Georgia fans wake up and have energy. So to see a player like Lovett with amazing players around her is impressive.
Kaya Tyson from the rafters.
I love it. You see that team unity. Haugen giving a big hug to Tyson. You almost can see a friendship coming. And you're like, are they friends off the court? Because a lot of times they're teammates, but that's definitely a friendship. That much energy after your teammate does something well, you love it.
When do you go from being teammates to teammates who are also friends? What's the difference?
It takes time.
Yeah.
So you develop, you're living with your teammates, you eat together, you practice together, and in time, you develop like what personalities you click with. But the key to a successful team is it's almost like playing the best with the cards you're dealt. Working well with everybody around you and trying to pull out the best of everybody around you. It doesn't matter if you like them or don't like them. Successful teams figure out a way to win with whatever teammates around you.
And Georgia's had to taken that to the nth degree, because whatever teammates is pretty much what they're living right now.
Right.
They've got 5 players out with injury. They've got 6 of the 9 they have tonight are being asked to play to some degree out of position. It's got to feel like they're playing with house money a little bit on the road against a top 25 team with about half the roster. And that's a big answer from Auburn, trying to get their energy going. Everything you said about Auburn struggling with the energy, it feels like Georgia has had that in spades tonight.
And they needed to recognize exactly that. Fisher was going to get the final transition ball. That time Sheer stepped all the way over and helped block with her middle to stop that attack.
Bella Bell is where Auburn is going. They've needed a point. And a net violation against Auburn. Coach Crouch asking for clarification. He seems frustrated, but not going to challenge.
his angle, he could see net moving. The player, sometimes when you're turning, coming down the front, hit your jersey, you don't really feel it on your body. So the players were confused. Coach Crouch was lived to see the next ball, guys.
Bella Bell, there she is. Give her 10 kills on the night.
It all started with a pass right there. Set her at the net to be able to reverse that back to Bell. Nice job done.
Hitting .450 in this match. Lovett and Brower avoid a collision there, but now Auburn.
That's a sweet changeup. You saw Shear come in looking like she was going to hit. Arm swing back, belly turning, and then drops in that little tip shot. Both defenders crashing on it. Nice job being deceptive.
She's got a little glare on her face, doesn't she?
Oh, she wants this. You know it. George is not going anywhere, though.
Fisher gets one off done.
Oh, wow.
Great dig in the back there. And it's a point to Auburn. And Lakin Laurendine on the floor for the Tigers.
We knew she was looking at that like, okay, I feel a little more confident that we're still in this match.
Auburn a chance to get to 20. Sophie Fisher says, not so fast.
Loving the strategy. A lot of times in the college game, you're just seeing the pipe, big attack. It's like the middle back attack. Georgia shifting Fisher over to left back. Don't give the offense a little different look.
Brower goes to Gooch. And that time Shear misses wide left.
Shear had the right idea. She knows setter Brower is down on the line shot. The first one she took over in a tip, hoping Brower would play the ball, but you saw Lovett come all the way over. This one just missing it a little left.
Emma Duffield with the ace, the freshman. Draws Georgia even 19 all, and Auburn's going to call their final.
Trust with his players this season. He was like, I've lived a lot of seasons. I know how injuries go, but it's all about developing that fight and staying together and players being selfless. And he's seen that with his team this year. Players stepping into major roles, and you've seen some action, even an ace with your freshman Duffield on that last point.
Coach Black in his 20th season now as a college coach, his 8th at Georgia. Caught up with him before the match. He was going on and on about how his daughter Kylan playing volleyball now, 11 years old. He says one of the best things that's happened to him and his family is moving to Athens.
Yeah, pretty impressive. He's out, a California guy coming out to Athens. It's just a great place to raise a family, he says. And gosh, his wife played volleyball. He played volleyball. I'm sure little Kylan and his little daughter, he's got another one on the way also that's just a few years younger. I'm sure she's going to play some volleyball too.
First two sets, it felt like one team took control and kind of coasted to the finish line. This set has been a...
Wiley, if you cut them, that you can just get that pass side out fast, then you can stay in the match because you're creating the runs.
Trying to extend the 3-0 run. Fisher, no.
You gotta love that though. So they did it again. So Fisher moved a little bit to her left, gave a harder cross-court look to have on the court, but just took it a little wide. DaCosta, the libero for Auburn, sitting inside on that dig. It was open court.
Kaylee Edson, one of Auburn's better setters, or servers rather. Their top servers are their setters. She's gonna go to Shear. and Shear's going to go to the 10-foot line.
Wiley, from all the way over here, we heard Shear yell for the ball. Call it. Wanted it. That's the first time throughout this match we've really seen that from Shears, demanding that set come her way, knowing she could find a kill when her team needs her as this third set moves on right to the end.
And you'd say that qualifies as energy?
Yeah, you'll take it. Anything.
Love it. Bulldozing the block.
Love it, giving high fives right away to Brower, saying that was a perfect set. The middle went away on it, so Gooch was going away, left a little seam on the late close.
Crunch time here in the third set. And that serve is wide.
Rotationally, you look to see where Auburn is. So Havlicek's in the front row. We know she can do it, put up some good numbers. 2 freshmen in the front row, and then you have Zimmerman, a junior for Auburn.
Fallon Lanham. On the slide, Gooch, yes.
Wiley, there's either a power game or a speed game that you try to run. Georgia knows that Auburn's block, if they're there, that's a big wall in delivery, and Gooch was ready for that speed.
Anna Julia Bleeker on to serve. And she gets an overpass, and yes, Auburn reaches over point Georgia.
Georgia coming back on that. Tying this up right here, Wiley. You got Brower in the matchup. I mean, I'm going outside. I get a pass, you gotta find.
And Laura Dean nearly ace. She bumps it over instead. Where does Brower go? To Fisher. Lauren Dean gets the cross-court tool. Wow.
Nice resilience, staying strong in that rally. The dig off of Fisher was huge, but it was that first serve receive pass and the scramble to keep it alive. I thought it was going down for an ace, but finding a way, putting that up, Lauren Dean for the final kill.
Hey, Coach, is that a good time for my first kill of the match?
Yeah, you'll take it, right?
Love it, back row. With the roll. It's got to come from Cox. And it is long.
There's a saying in volleyball, you can say it 2 ways. When in doubt, take the setter out. If you don't have the shot, take the setter out. So you saw the tip shot, played right to Brower, allowed the bump set and a solid block set up on Fisher.
Set point. Gooch. Lauren Dean keeps it alive over the scores table. Fisher shrugs it off.
Nice save over there by Auburn, again that layout. And Fisher's said, I'm just gonna calm everything down right now. Let me go ahead, change my shot off the line. Bella Zimmerman's your kill right now. You get a pass, give it back to Zimmerman.
12 in orange on the right side. To Zimmerman. Love it with a great dig. Duffield. And off the back official point, Georgia, and we're going beyond 25 in this third set.
That's one you sort of want back, that transition ball out. Georgia coming back.
Lauren Dean. Clutch.
Like, so clutch, Wiley. You had an off-speed shot. The block was set up. Instead of hitting hard, changing it to a roll shot. Puts Bella back on your right side. Dunn is not going to mess around right now. Any transition ball, it's going to Bella on the right.
Third set point for Auburn. DaCosta. Lauren Dean, yes! Lake and Lauren Dean. A week ago, She never had a kill in college. After a double-double on Sunday, she comes up big in the third. They only have so many pairs, 9 active players.
Right.
What's going to be the key for the Bulldogs to find a way to push this to a 5th set?
We all know that Sophie Fisher can take over a match completely, but she's going to need 2 helpers, Lovett and Gooch. Something, go in some offense, and then attention to detail on the block.
And Maddie Shear gets it started.
You see Auburn coming out with energy from the bench to the court. Coach Crouch almost guaranteed said, guys, just play hard, stay together, and talk on this court.
I'm not sure if you saw that, but the look in Coach Crouch's eye looked like a mad scientist.
He's figuring it out.
He looks like he's been thrown for a loop tonight. He was telling us about his philosophy classes. Maybe that was just him combing through his Rolodex of Socrates and Aristotle and Immanuel Kant.
Right, how do I motivate?
What can I say?
What can I say? How do I motivate my players right now when I'm seeing them a little tired? Georgia was like, hey, we'll take you any tired day because we're down a couple.
Sophie Fisher.
Smooth.
Maddie Shear, that time with the left.
So athletic, the ball control going across her body almost toward the antenna. Shear hesitated and took a little change up off the blocker's touch, got the redirect and the drop.
Preseason All-SEC selection, she's having the best year of her career statistically, whether you look at kills per set, hitting percentage, blocks per set. Now with junior in this Auburn program, and she's another reason that Auburn has ascended for these last couple of years, making the NCAA tournament, winning a match. They're going to the hot hand and Shear. Lauren Dean's got to bump it over.
Smooth. Going straight power. You saw Lovett off the hands. Lovett does a great job going through the block and is trying to jump into that seam.
Every time I see that smile, I just can't help but think about Coach Black talking about how goofy she is.
I love it. Those are the best teammates, Riley.
You can tell she's got a good sense of humor.
The teammates that keep it entertaining, right? When you're in practice, you're tired, it takes a jokester staying in it, and then when she can add her level of play behind that unity that she can create with her personality, that's a player you want on the court all 6 rotations.
We had a sneaking suspicion that if I asked your teammates who that player was who kept it loose in practice, they might say you.
We had a couple jokesters.
CC Gooch, one of the helpers so far. We've seen both Lovett and Gooch here.
Nice job, Gooch was on her right attack, so she took it to her left.
With the ace that time, Erica Lovett getting a little love from the tape.
When the serve hits the tape, that's either the setter or middle ball. Very hard unless it goes deeper for the back row servicey passer to get that. Middles have got to be ready for it, that little net pop off the serve.
And the tape giveth, the tape taketh away.
You can see Lovett really just going for that tape contact, how low she's trying to serve that ball. She's got the ball control and a smile to go with it, knowing her game is that precise.
Paige Thibault, second libero tonight, serving. And now digging. Well, Zimmerman just missed wide right. She slaps her hands knowing she missed a really good ball.
That's athletic and very hard to do. Over, out of system, so the ball's past the 10-foot line, over your shoulder as a right-handed, right-side player, trying to make that line shot. She just missed the turn of her hand contact, took it to the right.
Anna Julia Bleeker. Zimmerman, another look. Somehow kept alive by the Dogs. Not that time.
Edson's not messing around, knowing her back set to Zimmerman is the kill. If you're Georgia in this moment, of course you want to get Gooch the ball, but Sophie Fisher, if you're going to win, she's got to put up about 8 kills in this set.
That serve is long. Point Georgia. All right, so Fisher is at 11 kills. If she puts up 8 kills in this set, Keely, that'll give her 1,000 in her career. Right on the button.
Oh, really? Look at that.
So,
maybe she'll finish with 8. I would love to witness her 1,000th match.
Lauren Dean, big swing. Go to her again. And I think that time they got her a little bit of a carry.
Much better attention to detail of the cover ball. You see Auburn's teammates just swarming around to keep the rally going. And then, yeah, the ball's slightly behind you and you try to hold it a little too long, you'll be called for the carry.
Bailey Cox with an ace.
Every time Lauren Dean is back in that serve receive pattern, Georgia's just going right at her. She's a freshman, and on her passing contact has a lot of baseball instead of bunt. You want to hit that bunt.
Bailey Cox with the ace, and she might have been hopped up on. Bailey Cox out of the timeout. Bell gets blocked on the slide. Reversing the flow, and it's long.
The right idea. You can see Brower happy to get the block set up. You have the help by Fisher. That's what I was looking at. I was like, is Dreves coming back in? Because the matchup is there here on this left side. Lauren did a great job, but just took it a little wide.
4-0 run. Snapped.
This is where Dreves adds in the back row game. She's a good serve receive passer. So instead of passing with 2 and trying to squish the player to the corner to ease up the load, Dreves can handle her own on that serve receive pattern.
Speaking of Dreves.
Pretty.
Whoa.
I really hope Fisher plays some professional volleyball to continue watching her career.
Dreves, something happened here. Did she lose it?
That's going to be what we're looking. You have a trainer. It's either going to be a quick tape.
Yeah, it looks like her left thumb.
Something quick like that, it's just got either a cover, but if she's not looking to be subbed out, it's nothing serious.
Looks like they're checking the mobility of the thumb.
Oh, a little.
Putting some pressure on it. Comparing that to the right. Yeah, she's in some pain here, oh boy. Dreves, 6th rotation player for Auburn. Wow, she's going to tough it out. How about that?
Tough it out.
Because you can tell she was not 100%.
She knows if that it's a right hand. Was it her right hand? It looked like it. Left hand? So her right hand is her attacking hand. The most you'll have that impact is the block. You can hang on your pass with a closed fist.
See where Dunn goes to Bell. America, love it. Oh. Good lip reading to the truck. And did she get the tool? Yes, she did.
If you're Auburn right now, speed is where you need to stick to. So you see that ball was low out to Shear. You get the pass going. Shear is feeling a little more energy as she's getting back in this match.
Now it's Chelsea McCurdy. Erica Lovett. She's got a howitzer right now. Look at the heat on this.
The energy has not stopped from the first point to now. Lovett is here for it.
Leads the Dogs in kills and digs so far tonight. Bella Bell with a counter punch.
You see the set off a done. Everything's being dropped right now from Auburn. You're not seeing that set clear the height of the antenna. The ball's staying low, trying not to get this block set up from Georgia.
Back row, Sophie Fisher. Kaya Tyson, right side hitter.
Yeah, call it
like
right
that?
side, right? Her parents at home saying, we know what she can do. Mates are loving it.
It's almost like she can't believe it herself. And there's Maddie Shear with the kill. But look, Coach Black told us, you know, he saw some good things from Kaya Tyson the last week and a half of practice. It was cautious optimism. You never know what you're going to get under the lights in a match, but it's been a big answer when Georgia is really down. And there you can see Tori Harper encouraging her. Beautiful roll by Belle Zimmerman.
There's no hesitation. Edson working the right side of the court. Looking what she has. She has Zimmerman, two freshmen saying, okay, I need kills. We need to stay in this. And you see the strategy going right down the line on this serve, right at Haugen.
Ooh, Treves, she knew it as soon as it came off her fingertips.
Not happy about that. You know, in the
You think
hand
that thumb
contact,
has a factor?
right. You're taking with your hands. If she's still feeling it, Coach Crouch looking elsewhere, but keeping that in the back of her head, like, how is Dreves out there with that hand?
Yeah, it's clearly bothering her. Tested right there. And net violation there on Auburn. That or Zimmerman went over.
I am super impressed with Georgia today. Coming strong, you can see leadership, smiles, unity. Oh, this is all about the culture. When you recruit players, you hope that they can all gel together. And if you're Coach Black, you're happy to see that come together today.
So after Zimmerman goes over the line, Erica Lovett serves it into the net. But to your point, Keely, Georgia has every excuse
Right.
to not win tonight. On the road, top 25 team, you got 9 active players. And yet here they are, eyeing a potential 5th set. Slide from Gooch is wide.
You look at this pattern, you have in the front row still, you have a setter with the Gooch, and then outside with Haugen.
And an ace from Paige Thieball. Just the 3rd ace of the night for Auburn, but it's going to force a timeout called.
The touch, and this is why Coach Crouch runs that 2 libero system, because Thieball is such a strong server, so doesn't want to take her out of that service rotation, and then you'll see DaCosta come in for the rest of the pattern.
Well, they call it the jungle when Bruce Pearl's men's basketball team plays in this building. You got to start calling it the jungle here when volleyball is here. Over 3,000 Sunday, and then Friday, or rather tonight, over 1,800.
One thing about Auburn, they will get behind their teams. You start winning, people will flow in. Auburn fans super loyal, much like Georgia in Athens.
Yeah, I think the passion across the conference for
You're right.
volleyball has exploded over the last 5 to 10 years.
You're right, Wiley. SEC volleyball is no joke. One of the best conferences in the nation.
You've got Kentucky. They won the national championship a handful of years ago. You add Texas. They've won a couple recently. Auburn trying to get to 3-0. The only other team at 3-0 in the SEC currently is Texas. Bell Zimmerman trying to, but it's going to be a deep league this year, 15 teams. Haugen on the attack. Thibault with a lunge. And they say it went Dreves antenna, not Dreves Bulldog block antenna.
That was a thank you very much. I thought Fisher was going to get a kill off that sweet dig. Just that set a little too wide to handle. Play the music, Wiley. Dun, dun, dun. You got Sophie Fisher back in your front row for Georgia.
You were in choir, weren't you?
Oh, no chance. This voice has like 2 tones. I got out of choir so fast after it would wreck my perfect GPA. I'm like, no chance, not for me. I'll do what I do, acting instead of those life skills.
There you are. So after the service error from Anna Julia Bleeker, it is Peyton Dunn, redshirt junior, at the line.
Georgia fans at home chanting, Fisher, Fisher. You get a pass or go in there.
Brower to Fisher. DaCosta spoiling the best laid plans. And net violation there is going to go against Bella Bell. Georgia's lead back to 3.
A net violation counts as a Fisher kill. You saw 2 attempts going out to number 2.
You called for 8 in this set, Keely. She's now got 2.
Oh. Maybe
She's gotten a lot of help, yeah. And Bell beats it through the block.
This rotation, you have Bella Bell, 5th year, going against a freshman. That's where you're going to take advantage. So Duffield, a strong blocker, but in rotation, you just need to get a stop. Of course, Fisher's in the serve-receive pattern. Come on, the ball's going that way. But for Auburn, you need a transition kill.
Drees with the serve and the ace. No roar that time, just a stare as she entered the huddle.
A passing breakdown we haven't seen. Georgia's been pretty consistent. And again, you see Auburn going straight at Haugen on the serve-receive play.
And clearly that thumb is bothering her. She's almost holding it in a thumbs-up position. And she's got some tape on it too now, doesn't she?
I remember dislocating my finger mid-match. And if you really want to win, you just keep it playing, get that contact going, finish out the match, and then deal with it after the match.
She does it again.
Having complete game is everything. That 6 rotation outside, you got to do everything well. This is why Dreves, even with a hurt finger right now, is staying on the court. Her ability to serve, pass, defend. She can do other things while she's fighting off injury.
And Georgia snaps the run.
You saw Lovett in there for the cover. That ball was going down. Lovett was ready for it to keep the rally up. And then the finish off the block, sure, out of bounds. To the corner, Duffield for the kill. But that cover ball saved the day.
Clara Brower celebrating her birthday today, serving. This is headed towards us. Look out. Dreves gets it over. Erica Lovett. Oh, just wide left. You like a thought there?
Ooh, I like the idea. I thought it was in from my view.
Coach Black, now. I thought she missed it initially. My apologies, it was in.
Fan favorite. We got fan favorites, and then you got teammates favorites. Everybody's loving Kaya Tyson stepping in on the right side. Solid block set up. 5'10" sophomore getting it done.
3-0 run for the Dogs. They've gotten to 20. Oh, love it. She kept it up and alive. that time. The block for Auburn snaps the run.
That was 3 out there. You had Bell and the close by McCurdy getting it, clamping it down. I thought the cover balls and the want-to, the defense on the Georgia side looked amazing, but just staying disciplined and strong was that block.
Miscommunication.
Wiley, from the sideline where we're sitting, we heard Hawks, but just not enough.
McCurdy trying to stay hot. 4 aces this set for Auburn. Love it, says, I don't care.
You saw Bella Bell drop her hands, thinking Lovett was going to turn her whole body for the tool shot off of Bell's hands, giving her open net look, saw it, took advantage, going down.
And now Sophie Fisher trying to nose Georgia a little closer to that 5th set. Bell. Stoic and stomping.
Bell knows what's needed of her. So that final kill before she takes her 3 rotations off, that's clutch. Just pulling it back as Georgia sits in a good 3-hitter offense right now.
Fisher got the hands. Think she might have caught the tape anyway.
That's impressive. So Fisher went in on that back row attack, hesitated enough, the block set up, and then she hesitated her hit. So the block was falling to finally catch the top of the fingers for the long tool shot.
It's kind of the free throw line dunk, but in volleyball.
A little what do you call that? Pump fake, and then go with it.
So Madison Shear is going to be at the line here, a chance to even the score in the 4th set.
2 players you always have to look for, of course, Fisher, but Gooch needs to kill for Georgia right now if he can get her a ball.
Brower goes to Lovett.
Nice. I forgot she was front row. Of course, Brower. To Lovett. Yes, before she goes back to serve. That's where you're looking.
Both these teams already with 1 5-set match in SEC play this year. Erica Lovett serves it wide, though.
For Auburn, you have Thibault. She created the run last time on the service line. For Georgia, you have 2 of your best attackers in the back row. This is a side-out pattern that you need to push.
Thibault keeps it alive. It's Zimmerman, and she's earned match point for the Tigers.
I think we're 2 away, no? I'm looking up saying maybe.
I apologize. Not quite. Tied at 23.
Good thing I have my nails done. I'd be biting them right now if I was at home. Thibault creating the run on the service line. Auburn creeping back in this pattern as Fisher and Lovett are in your back row, your strongest attackers. 14 kills Fisher for Georgia.
Georgia calls its final timeout. We got the swag surf in the stands. We've got a lot of tension on the floor. We've got a mix of that here in the broadcast area.
Yeah, I'm game. This is fun, Wiley. I love a tight match. When players, when they're tired, they dig out. When you see a Georgia team down with injured players come together, college volleyball is just so fun as you develop who you are and will be as a people long term. Coaches, 2 of the best in the nation, definitely the best in the SEC, putting together programs, really playing the chess game. What piece do I need in this given moment? I'm impressed.
With that in mind, what is Coach Black telling his group right now?
I think you got to go back row attack. I would be looking, of course, the pass will depend where you go, but I'm liking the option of Lovett. I'm going, if you get a ball, of course, Fisher's a go-to if you can get it, but Lovett right now for me is the player I'm set if I'm Brower.
Meanwhile, for Auburn, you think they stick with that pass down to zone 1? Or that serve, rather?
No, you're serving Haugen. right now the passing breakdown is number 10, Haugen. If you're Thibault, you're looking, so Haugen is physically in zone 5 over on the Georgia side. That's where you're trying to serve.
Number 10 in black is L. Haugen. Meanwhile, it's Paige Thibault serving. And there it goes to Haugen. Fisher back row. She's blocked, and now Belle Zimmerman has earned match point for Auburn.
Out of that timeout, Coach Kraut said it's either going to go Fisher or Lovett. There was no hesitation. Zimmerman coming all the way over from the right front to help, putting her team at match point.
It's long. How does 3-0 sound on the Plains?
What a fight. We might get a challenge. Coach Black's like, oh, no, we're not going back to Athens without challenging this last one.
Call on the floor is point Auburn. Georgia is challenging for a touch.
So Darren Clark's going to head to the replay monitor and decide if we are done for the night or if Georgia keeps this match alive.
The last two attacks in that serve receive went Fisher and this one Lovett. Lovett really trying to go to that deep corner. I think she took it a little long, and the left hand of Dreves did not touch it.
Coach Crouch, he told us he always has something to harp on after a match, win or lose. He'll have a couple things, I'm certain, tonight, but he's hoping they can put this in the rear view. Meanwhile, Coach Black waiting, wondering, trying to get that poker face. Meanwhile, not as many nerves there on the Auburn bench, though. They look to be pretty comfortable.
Because right away you can ask both blockers, like, did you feel touch of your hands off this? So Auburn
After review, the call will stand, point Auburn, and match.
Auburn is 3-0.
The fans are about to go crazy.
And there's your reaction inside Neville Arena. Shaking hands, and Coach Crouch 4-0 on Sunday. Keeley, not Auburn's best match. Georgia playing with half a deck gave them a lot tonight.
I'm so impressed with Tom Black at Georgia to get his team on the same page. A lot of selfless